Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Loving greeting from me to all, and especially Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to all Muslim ladies and gentlemen around the world. It is blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that Allah Almighty has chosen us for the message to share with you. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have another great, crucial and important kind of issue to talk about. First of all, I want to tell you that I deliver this topic not to attack somebody, not to harm somebody, not to attack on our international departments. We just deliver this topic just for the training purpose of our youth. So I request you just this topic for the training session. Ladies and gentlemen, so without any waste of time, let's move to our topic. I request you to be with us till the end. Ladies and gentlemen, every coming day, Western world criticize Islamic world. Every coming day, there are a lot of objections that's made by Western world on the Islamic world. Some important objections which were raised by Western world is that Islamic law is barbaric law. Western world relates Islamic law with terrorism. The point of view which were raised by Western law is that Islam give commandments. Islam give really strict kind of commandments. For example, Islam give commandments to cut the hands of the thief. Islam give commandments to kill the killer. Islam give commandments to flog the man and the woman who had a sexual relationships before marriage. Islam give commandments to stone the man and the woman who had a sexual relationships after marriage. These laws are really barbaric law. These laws are terrorist law. It's the point of view of West. And the other objection which were made by Western world is that human being was born independent. But Islam bounds the human beings. Islam bound the human beings with the chain of these laws. Ladies and gentlemen, in this topic, I want to talk on these two objections which were made by Western law on Western world on Islamic law. Ladies and gentlemen, if someone involved in criminal activities, so these criminal activities harms God. I question you, these criminal activities harms God? Will these criminal activities have any kind of side effects, any kind of negative impacts on the self of God, on the self of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I'm sure that your answer will be absolutely not. So these criminal activities, who will be hurt, who will be affected by these criminal activities? These criminal activities hurts which one? Who one? But my answer is that these criminal activities have side effects, have negative impacts, have disadvantages on yourself and myself. And these criminal activities have side effects, have negative impacts on our society. These criminal activities have negative effects on our societies. But if if Sharia makes these laws, we can't realize that these laws are really beneficial for us. For example, if someone go for thieving, someone go for fornication, someone goes for sexual relationships. If the society, if the country have these kind of Sharia laws, so if the person go for criminal activities, first of all, they think about the strict punishment. They think about the strict punishments. and these strict punishment will stop him. He will stop him and herself from to involve in these criminal activities. And if you are, ladies and gentlemen, if you are the student of comparative religions, if you study Christianity, if you study Judaism, if you study Buddhism, you know that in Judaism, in Torah, according to Torah, what is the punishment of the man and the woman who had a sexual relationships after marriage? The answer is that the sexual relationship, if a man and a woman have had sexual relationships after marriage, according to Torah, according to Judaism, the punishment is stoning. They stone the man and the woman if they had sexual relationships. Our law and Torah law, same. So why they criticize on just Islamic law? Why they criticize Islamic law? It's one purpose of the criticism on Islamic law is that just they want to make the Islamic image blur on our youth's mind. They want to make the image of Islam blur. And the other objection which were raised by Western law is that human being is born independent. But Islam bounds these human beings with strict law. MashaAllah, what a sweet objection from European, from Western world. Western world criticism, you check this. Now I want to talk on this criticism. First of all, I want to say Western world, why you make laws in your countries? What is the purpose to make the court system, in your country, to make the justice system in your country? Why you want to overcome the criminal rates in your societies? Why you want to overcome the criminal rates in your society? Why you make strategies and rules and laws to stop the criminal rates in your society? Human being is independent. Why you make laws? Why you make court system for the human being? And the other thing is that I didn't want to attack on you. Just for your knowledge is that why you make strict laws in COVID-19 pandemic? Why you make these laws? Every day you tells the world that you follow the SOPs, and you take your vaccination from your near medical hospital. You go, why you go outside without wearing face mask? Why you make these SOPs? Why you make these SOPs? Human being is born independent. You give this mindset to us. So why you make strategies? Why you make SOPs during the COVID pandemic? Why? What is the purpose to make these SOPs? And after this you blackmail the world. If you not go for vaccination, if you not take your face mask, and the government will block your SIM card, government will block your bank account. Is it not terrorism? Is it not barbaric law? My dear brothers and sisters, just the Western world criticize Islam is just to blur the image of Islam. But inshallah, they will not blur the image of Islam. They can't be. They will not be able. They will not blur the image of Islam. My dear ladies and gentlemen, hopes its mindset cleared in your minds is that these laws, the Sharia laws, is just made by God to stop the criminal activities. If the societies follows the Sharia law, tell me, the criminal rates go up or go down? If the Sharia law you follow, if these punishments is implemented in your country, your answer is that the criminal activities, the criminal ratios go down. Just for this purpose Sharia make, just for this purpose Sharia make the law, just to stop the criminal activities, just to stop, just to make down the criminal activities in your society. Hopes this misconfusion, hope this misconception is cleared in your mind. Thank you. Allah Hafiz wa ma tawfiq.